And hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Stuart Vine. Welcome to episode 2 of my modern day WWE save on TW 2020. Yes, obviously the episode 1 is in the books. We obviously got that done. Me rebooking day 1. Obviously if you want to check that out, click on, I don't know, there, I don't know. And there'll be a link in the top description below, as well as click on notified on somewhere on this video. I don't know. Yeah, so let's go and obviously this is my first Raw booking. Obviously it's a 3-hour Raw, so it's going to be a challenge, because obviously 3 hours of wrestling is hard to book. So it was a very interesting challenge. Yeah, obviously I've just kind of jam-packed this show with a lot of interesting stuff. Obviously we're gonna have a WWE Championship match. We're gonna have a couple of Royal Rumble qualifiers. We're gonna have all kinds of. We're gonna have some really beat the clock challenges. We're also gonna get an number one contendership match for the World Tag Team Championships. But yeah, I've jam packed this as you expect. My first Raw, I want to hit the ground running. So hopefully, if we can get a good score, like similar to what we got in the first in the Raw day 1, then I'll be a happy man. So anyway, but I hope you enjoy. If you want to keep in touch with this series, please like and subscribe. Obviously, please comment, because I would love to hear your thoughts on what you think of it. And yeah, I don't know more to say. Let's dive straight into my first Raw on TW 2020. Let's hope you get a good score. So yeah, let's get started. So yes, we obviously start off with the new WWE champion in Bobby Lashley. Obviously, if you've watched the first episodes, obviously he won the main event at day 1. Not Brock Lesnar, so, you know, some of those things. But, yes, obviously he comes out, he's got MVP with him. He's kind of, talking about how, yes, it's been a tough couple of months for the Almighty. And he lost everything he lost. He lost his WWE Championship. He lost, the Hurt Business went out of business. And kind of, start of a new year, new start. Obviously hopefully this would be Bobby Lashley's kind of return to the big time. Obviously he's got the WWE Championship now, but again, it still feels empty inside. It still feels lost. Because obviously at this part, I'm assuming obviously on the game they're still together, the Hurt Business, but I'm kind of going to go in a situation of that they're not, and there's going to be they're going to kind of reunite tonight. Kind of spoiler there, but yeah, so the kind of thing, that kind of stuff. And obviously you've got kind of puts it out there to the Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin that, yeah, please come back. You know, it doesn't feel the same without you guys. Obviously when he's just saying that, Big E comes out sitting there saying he come back congratulating Bobby Lashley for his win. And obviously, he beat him fair and square. He lost. A lot of people were disappointed that he lost, but he lost. He's a man. He admit it. So obviously now he's. But tonight your reign's going to be a very short reign, Bobby, because tonight I am cashing in my rematch clause, and tonight I'm going to take the title back. That is mine. And he just beat 2 face off, and yeah, that's the start of the show for 54. Again, that's fine. I mean, I gotta be honest. Like, again, he's gonna get these scores. I said that in the first episode. It's gonna be like that. Basically, Bobby Lashley wants his family back, and Big E wants his title back. So the question is, who's gonna get what in the obviously in the main event? So interesting start. But the first match of the evening is going to be a Royal Rumble qualifier match with Seth Rollins going against Rey Mysterio. Obviously, old rivals here, so obviously this is kind of another one of those, another added chapter to their long rivalry they had, I think, in 2020. So, so the question is, out of Seth and Rey, who's going to be going to Royal Rumble and be a part of the Royal Rumble match? And the answer to that question is, it's going to be Seth Rollins, who won with a curb stomp, exactly where I wanted it for 61. Yeah, good here. We've got Seth Rollins is 65. You got Rey Mysterio with a 44. I mean, so 61, that's pretty good. Solid start to the show. The way I've kind of ended this match is that I want to do a spectacular. Do a situation where Rey tries to go for, like, he hits the 619, tries to do that springboard kind of leg drop he does, drop the dime as they used to say, but Seth Rollins hits a super kick in midair, and then just when and then out of nowhere hits the curve stomp, gets the win, 1, 2, 3. So yes, so obviously Seth Rollins is going to be part of the Royal Rumble match in a couple of weeks. So after that, obviously, after he wins the match, he gets on the mic. And gets on the mic for 63. Yeah, again, a lot of this is going to be a situation of me trying out some stuff. Because obviously, there you got Seth Rollins struggling off script. I've got to get used to kind of saying what's on and off script, so that I might. So the first couple of shows, I'm gonna struggle a little bit. But yeah, Seth Rollins just gets on the mic saying that win didn't even break a sweat. It was an easy win there. Kind of going back to the kind of savior gimmick where it's kind of like, yeah, this brand needs a savior. It has been on the downturn ever since without Seth Rollins at the top with the title. So obviously he's obviously a new year, new start. This is going to be a year of Seth Rollins, and he says he's going to win the Royal Rumble and he's going to make this show great again. So simple here by Seth Rollins, just to make his intention clear that he's in the Royal Rumble and he's in it to win it. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But yeah, obviously after this we have more backstage conversations with the Hurt Business for a 51. I'm happy with that. Yeah, obviously this is kind of a situation of I set up like obviously we started just a minute or we started a segment talking about he wants to take an olive branch to the Hurt Business or Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. Yeah, I mean I don't like the idea when they done it in real life when they're back together. I like the idea that they talked to him backstage. You got MVP kind of saying you should come back into the fold, we're better together than we are apart, that kind of stuff. And I kind of like the idea that Cedric and Shelton Benjamin are like, well, you kind of did kick us out for no reason, and it's kind of hesitant to join. But MVP kind of knew this, and Bobby Lashley knew this. So they just come out of the office of Adam Pearce. We're going to say, like, we all know he's the de facto GM in his saves. That's what's going to be here. Comes out saying that they got them to a number one contendership match for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships against Street Profits later tonight. And obviously you got after this kind of MVP kind of goes, we're gonna. We can help each other type thing. Like kind of saying like an actual others bunch, trying to mend fences. And but I like the idea that Cedric and Shelton Benjamin kind of go, okay, I like this idea. Like the kind of that kind of turned them around a little bit. So the question obviously for the night is going to be, are they going to is this going to be enough to mend fences, and will the Hurt Business be back in business yet again? But for 51, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. It's going to be a long. It's going to 51. They said a lot of him stuff like that. Yeah, segment do better off script. I've got to get used to kind of using on and off script on this. So trust me, next couple of weeks I will get better at that. But yeah, 51. I'm happy with that. That's good stuff. We hear from the WWE United States Champion for 44. Obviously, good stuff here with stuff improv and his gimmick's doing well. But I kind of like the idea of. I don't think you do it much on pay-per-view, but I like the idea of Damian Priest saying, where was I on the show? I'm the United States Champion and I can't even get on the card. I always like that kind of stuff because it kind of shows that we kind of know frustrations backstage. We never hear it up front, and I kind of like that. And obviously I'm going to still use the kind of, I think Priest had that kind of Jekyll and Hyde gimmick. So I kind of like the idea that this kind of thing, this kind of disappointment is kind of slowly creep the Hyde, the evil side, the bad side, kind of slowly sneaking in. So I like a Jekyll and Hyde story because it makes some interesting story developments. So obviously he's disappointed. The United States Champion should be on the card. So tonight he's going to issue an open challenge for the United States Championships on the line. And anyone want to step up? And I'm going to prove why United States Champion, me, Damian Priest, is a must see, and that's shouldn't be left off the card. So simple stuff there. 44. I'm happy with that. So the question is, who's going to face Damian Priest in the open challenge, and is the challenger going to take that title from him? So and the question is, so let's find out now. And still United States Champion Damian Priest. Obviously it was Austin Theory that opened the challenge. I kind of like Austin Theory. I'm not quite sure what to do with Austin Theory yet, because obviously what they're doing is kind of what they would do. I'm not quite sure yet, but obviously it's the first couple of weeks, so it's fine. A 41 by Damian Priest, a 33 by Austin Theory, pretty good there. For levels all that, that's pretty good, 41. Yeah, obviously ends with the Reckoning, that cool finisher that Damian Priest does. Yeah, so yeah, I like the idea. It said it's decent reaction for a crown, but a terrible wrestling match. I mean, I don't know what you expect from a match with Damian Priest and Austin Theory. You're not going to get anything groundbreaking, amazing, but it does the job. Kind of makes Damian Priest like a force to be reckoned with. Gets his first title defense. I'm going to try and keep these open challenges because they're kind of like a US title thing, and I want to keep using them because it's a good way to build up the champ with multiple title defenses. So I'm going to hopefully use that to hopefully build up Damian Priest and make him credible, make the United States Championship kind of mean something, because it doesn't really mean something at the moment. So, yeah, obviously after that we have a situation. Obviously, someone's been watching this match. Someone's watching this match backstage, not in a creepy way, but just as scouting. Obviously, we hear for 66, very good there, no surprise, from The Miz. He was watching the match backstage, kind of like eyeing out the competition, kind of thinking, okay, it's been a while since I've had championship gold. I mean, yeah, I had the double championship for like a couple of weeks, but I like the idea that he had that, he craved that, and he wants it again. He's an A-lister, he deserves to have gold around his waist. But when obviously in interviews backstage kind of asked about Edge, he kind of skips the kind of talk. He doesn't want to talk about it because it's the Edge. Well, I like the idea that basically Edge has traumatized The Miz so much that he doesn't want to face him ever again. So that kind of feud's ending. I mean, I know they did it with that tag team match, but mixed tag. But I don't want to go that direction. I think I want to do something more. I want to do something different with Edge and Miz. I want to do something different as well. So yeah, and it's kind of obviously talking about Damian Priest. He's sitting there talking about, if I was United States champion, I would always be on every pay-per-view. That United States Championship would be must-see. I'm the A-lister, so anything, I'm just the A-lister. Give me that championship gold, I'll do exactly what I did with the Intercontinental Championship and make it relevant again. So, yeah, it's kind of a laying down the gauntlet for Damian Priest here. But, yeah, good stuff here. 6-6, for a level we're at, for The Miz, it's no surprise, that's pretty much where we're at, so that's good stuff there. Obviously, next we have another Royal Rumble qualifier match. We've got Kevin Owens versus Dominic Mysterio, not Rey. So the question is, so Seth Rollins has already booked his ticket to the Royal Rumble match. Will either Kevin Owens or Dominic Mysterio, God, getting all the D's getting confused here. Who is going to be in the next spot for the Royal Rumble? And the answer to that question is Kevin Owens with a stunner for a 54. Yeah, pretty good there, 61. But you could say, as you know, surprise, Kevin Owens carried the match with 61. Dominic Mysterio for 29. Pretty good stuff here. Yeah, the kind of stuff I'm going for here is exactly here. Nothing crazy. Dominic Mysterio, as always, looks great. Looking good. He looks like he could beat Kevin Owens, but the experience of Kevin Owens pays dividends. And yeah, gets a stunner, gets the win. But yeah, I mean, 29, Dominic Mysterio got to do some stuff for him, and obviously KO, I'm a huge fan, so I've got some big plans for KO. So interesting to see what happens there. So obviously after that, obviously this is there seems to be like a feud brewing between obviously KO and Seth Rollins as partners. Obviously Mysterio and his father Rey. This obviously balls over at the end of the match for 62. Pretty good here again. A lot of this stuff is what was it? Was it 62? Yeah. Dominic Mysterio can't really do improv. Got to remember that. Got to remember some of this stuff for the future. Going to get these kind of scores, but it's fine. 62. Obviously, got good. All three of them have pretty much got good level, and obviously with Dominic Mysterio there, going to get pumped up. This is nothing crazy here. Seth comes down to help his friend, try and take out Dominic. Then Rey comes along, they hit, and then obviously we end with hitting Rey coming down to stop, and then Kevin Owens hits Dominic Mysterio with a power bomb on the apron on the outside, kind of to set up maybe a tag team match next week, or set up a little mini feud going into the idea that obviously mini feud on Raw, obviously with Kevin Owens and Seth being in the Royal Rumble. So yeah, something to do, and obviously nice little mid-card feud to a point, because obviously Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens will be there at some point. I'm going to hopefully give them again a great performance. Obviously Seth was 70, so he's up there in the high level. So yeah, good stuff here. Next, obviously, after this, we hit, obviously, Miz was talking about Edge earlier, so now we're going to hear from the Rated R Superstar. Next for a 68. Yeah, this is kind of similar to Seth early on. Is now a signal of intent by Edge to sit there and say yes, he's it's time to forget about the Miz. It's now time to focus on why I came back to WWE in the first place, and that is to win the world title. Obviously, he's had distractions over the years. Over the year, he's had things that have come up, and obviously that whole thing last year. Well, I was so close to winning the world title. But this year, it's going to be Edge's year, the Rated R Superstars year, and he's going to win the Royal Rumble, and he's going to main event WrestleMania, and he's going to win the big one yet again. He's going to do it. This is going to be his year. But obviously, somebody else wants to have a big year, and that is AJ Styles. Comes in, kind of hopes that Edge gets in the Royal Rumble, and AJ Styles kind of says, "So do I." Kind of situation. It's kind of mutual respect with this kind of situation. Edge is like saying, "Good luck with your match tonight. I hope you get in." But AJ's kind of saying, "Yeah, I respect, but you had your chance last year. This time it's my year. This year's going to be a phenomenal. It's going to be a great year for the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. So sorry, Edge. This time you've got to take a backseat to me." And then they kind of face off in a kind of like mutual respect, but kind of hostility type thing. To kind of set up kind of feud that I want to do, because obviously they are doing it in real life. Might go similar direction, might go different direction, not sure yet. But yeah, 68, I'm pretty happy with that. Got to remember Edge is not good as good. I got to remember this stuff. I remember this in the future, so hopefully this will do better soon. But yeah, 68, good stuff. So the question, so after that we have a match with the WWE World Women's Champion in action, going against Nikki Cross, not Nikki ASH, not what you call it. I call it Nikki Cross. For a 60, pretty good here. Obviously, exactly. So it looks like the game's doing exactly what I want, in a sense that she won with the Manhandle Slam. I call it the Rock Bottom. It's the Rock Bottom. For 59 from the champ, Becky Lynch. 32 from Nikki Cross. Good stuff. Just a solid, good match. Just to get the champ a win, to look good. To kind of showcase, yeah, she's the champ. She's the one to beat. So after this, she obviously goes on the mic for 53, talking about how... simple stuff here, but she's here at this point. No one's at her level. No one back there is going to be able to take this title from me. This whole show is nothing. You could say this whole division is nothing without big time Becky Lynch. So obviously after this you got where Ripley comes out, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, as you say, I forgot to put Bianca Belair in there. Oh, my bad. But yeah, they come out. I knew I forgot something, but yeah, and Alexa Bliss comes out as well. Kind of set up that, like they're all coming out, sitting there going, "No, we all think we can beat you. We all know we can beat you." Can't believe I forgot Bianca Belair. Oh god, I don't think that affected too much because obviously doing that thing later on. But but yeah, so we have a situation with that Becky Lynch. Okay. You know, she's smart in this. Obviously, she's the champ, so she can make matches as well. I like it when champs do this. So yeah, she says, "Okay, you want a shot? Okay. What about you all face each other next week? You know, go and face each other. Like, you know, fail forward. You do your thing. And then maybe, just maybe, I might give you a shot. But only a maybe. Because, you know, I'm better than all of you. So, it's not going to happen. You need to earn your spot, not just demand it." Then obviously I like the answers. Obviously this, I added this later on, so I didn't change it. But Sonya Deville comes out, kind of said, "Oh, this is a good idea. Okay, next week is not going to be a normal fatal four. It's going to be a gauntlet eliminator fatal four-way." Yeah, we're going to have matches tonight to determine who's going to be the last participant, who's going to come in last in that match. And yeah, and it's going to be a beat the clock challenge. Yes, I'm bringing it back. If you watch any of my stuff with Kyle, you know how much I've already used to beat the clock challenge, but I do love it. It's a very good, that and a gauntlet match. Love those kind of type of matches. Always builds up, always builds tension. It's good stuff. So, yes, so that match. And obviously, Sonya Deville goes, "You know, that match is next. Rhea Ripley, Liz Morgan, get ready. You guys are facing next." So the question is, who, Rhea Ripley, Liz Morgan, face no chair, who's going to win, and who's going to get the time to beat for who's next? And the answer to that question is, okay, that's not good. For Rhea Ripley gets a win for 7 minutes 42. That's the time to beat for a 22. Okay, it's no surprise here. For the levels we're going for, 34, 31. I think that's a bit harsh. I think at least get a 30. I think the crowd said they were turned off by the match outside by pre-show being worked between workers that have invented in. Yeah, I get it. It wouldn't be a great. I don't know. That's just a little bit disappointing. That might affect the show rating. That might be a problem. But yeah, I kind of hit here with a Riptide, gets the win here. So yeah, I said like 9-ish, but 7:42. That's the time to beat. Will Bianca Belair, that is in this segment, and Alexa Bliss. Yeah, are they going to get a win? Are they going to even them going to beat the time? We'll find out later on. So obviously after this, we do hear yet again from the Phenomenal One for a 64, talking about how exactly what he said earlier. It's been a while. This said also with Edge, have had distractions from big distractions to little distractions, and it's been a while since I've tasted or even had a sniff at the WWE Championship. And yeah, this year's going to be my year. This is going to be the phenomenal year. Can't even say it. This is going to be the phenomenal year, and this is why. And we all know, if AJ Styles main events, a show is always elevated because I am phenomenal. So yeah, sets up kind of the next match, obviously, with Dolph in another Royal Rumble qualifier match. The question is it going to be AJ Styles going to Royal Rumble? We've already got 2 slots with Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens in there. Is AJ Styles or even Dolph Ziggler going to take that spot? And the answer to that question is, for 56, it's going to be, as no surprise, AJ Styles gets the win for a 56. Pretty good here. We expect it. 56 from AJ, 50 from Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, I've put here, it's calf crusher, so it's a submission win. But I've kind of done a situation where you got Dolph trying to go for the zigzag. AJ holds onto the ropes. Then, hits that kind of Pele kick or kind of overhead kick on Dolph. He's out. Quickly goes over the rope. Does a phenomenal forearm. Gets the win, 1, 2, 3. A spectacular win. But 56, that's good. It's good. It's a decent match, as they said. I totally agree. It seems like no problems here. They clicked well, obviously. So that means we've got 3 now. That's 3 participants in the Royal Rumble already. And it's only week 1. So, yeah, good stuff here. But funny thing is, someone also was watching this match with a keen eye. And that was the Rated R Superstar Edge for a 59. Okay, poor improv. Yep, I've got to work on this. But 59, yes, this is very simple here. We've got, obviously, it's not like backstage. It's kind of Edge on the top, kind of clapping, kind of like impressed, like, oh, okay, I'm impressed what I'm seeing here from the Phenomenal One. So it's kind of Edge. It's kind of like, he hasn't, obviously in real life he's turned heel, but I like the idea that kind of Edge is kind of like, he's impressed because he's heard about AJ, but he's never actually seen him in action, type thing. So, and he's kind of like, okay, looks like I've got out my game here if I've got to face this guy. So again, sets up a match maybe down the line, and also sets up that obviously at some point Edge probably will be in the Royal Rumble, obviously, but he might not be. But if he is, then AJ Styles is going to be one he has to look out for because he's looking good right now for 59. So after this, we go and talk to we go backstage with Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin for a 39. That's what I expect. The levels these guys are, it's going to be fine. Obviously, I hope they build them up when, obviously, we'll talk about that later on. But yeah, this is kind of I like the idea that either interviewed or they're kind of talking about, like saying, okay, like literally talking about like the offer that MVP and Bobby Lashley have come at tonight, saying, yeah, we do look better together. But then they tossed us aside last time without a second thought. So they're kind of still on the fence of it, but again, that gesture of them getting over a championship match has had some weight. So we'll find out later, maybe soon or later on, if they actually take up the offer. But before that, they have a number one contendership match against Street Profits, with the winner facing the Raw Tag Team Champions RK Bros at a future date. So the question is, who's going to be? Is it going to be Cedric Alexander, Shelton Benjamin, or is it going to be the Street Profits? And the answer to that question is, for 28, damn, that's not good. But obviously it's Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin from the assist from Bobby Lashley, who attacks Ford from the outside. Funny. I mean, it's a crowd are turned off by the match. Yeah, I think that's fine. I mean, for again, some of these levels are on this show is not great. So we're going to get these kind of levels, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll work on it. It's the first Raw, so we're going to have hiccups. But the way I've kind of ended this match is literally the kind of similar to well, no, it's not similar, but yeah, it's gonna end where you hit Ford hits that frog splash right from the top, just about to get the 3 count, and then MVP kind of pulls the ref out, and then Bobby comes in. Hits both Dawson and Ford with the WWE Championship, and then kind of lays them out. And then Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin look stunned, but they're going to take it because they want the title. They go for the pin on Cedric Alexander, goes for the pin on Ford. A 1, a 2, a 3. We have new number one contenders for the tag titles, and that is Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. For, again, I'm still disappointed at 28, I think, but I think the crowd went into it probably didn't help, but you got a 30, 34 there, 32. Very similar level tag team, so it should have done better, but it's fine. It's how this game works. But and after that, they just got the win. Obviously, we've got 47 here. Obviously, got a bet here. You've got at the end of the match, you got Bobby Lashley and MVP on the ramp smiling, and you got MVP shouting on, "We have your back." We have your back, and they're just showing it. The old-fashioned saying, you don't say it, you show it. And so they've given them a number one championship shot. They've got them that without even asking. They've helped them win it. I mean, Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin looks like could be a thing. Could be. It seems like it's set up for a nice reunion tonight. So so Phil, he's saying that's good. It's not bad. Obviously, next we hear from Bianca Belair for 51. Again, she was in the segment. I've got to put it in there. My bad. It's a mistake. We're going to get mistakes in this feud for this save. Then it's basically Bianca saying that 2021 was her year. It was her year. She was on course. She beat Sasha Banks. She won the Royal Rumble. She went there. She was going to be heights, and then Becky Lynch turned up and took it away in seconds. So her life mission this started this year is to win the Royal Rumble again, or win the Royal Rumble again if possible. Take the title from Becky Lynch and get revenge. This is her creed. She's going to get revenge on Becky Lynch, and unfortunately for Alexa Bliss, it starts with you tonight. So a fighting talk from Bianca Belair. A lot of us were still pissed about what Becky did at SummerSlam. So will she finally get her revenge? But again, it starts with this match with Alexa Bliss. So the question is she going to win it? And also, is she going to beat the time that Rhea Ripley set earlier in the night? And the answer to that question is 41. Done better, yes. For 38, 41. Okay, that done better. I done way better than the match previous. 7:48, 54. I think she lost there, so that means she. On this save, you can't really put the timing on it, but for me, I've put that she's just lost by a second. So she just runs out of time. She hits the KOD, but then just once you got a pin, the time runs out. Rhea Ripley is going to face Becky. She's not going to face it. Obviously, now with that Fatal 4-Way next week, Rhea Ripley is going to be the last person in there, so she's got the advantage going into that Eliminator next week. So it'll be interesting to see. But 38, similar level. I'm happy with that. I think that's the score I was hoping for the other match, but I think it's who involved. But obviously after this though, obviously this is not just the end of the women getting involved. Obviously we've got all the participants in that Fatal 4-Way next week get involved for 46. All come out, start facing off, having a fight as you expect. kind of that kind of stuff. I don't know. We know how to set this up other than just. I like the imagery of them all fighting, and you got Becky Lynch on the top of the rope just laughing, going, "Look at all that." Fighting over little old me, and kind of like a plan saying let them weaken each other, so when they face me I can just pick up the bones, you know. Very smart plan here by Becky Lynch, kind of used the cunning of Becky Lynch for 46. I'm pretty happy with this. So next we hear from the former WWE champion in Big E, for 58. Yeah, this is kind of I kind of like the idea of Big E's, like, ever since he lost that title last night, he's been obsessed. He hasn't slept. He's been watching that match over and over again, seeing how he lost, because he's like disappointed his fans, he disappointed people that believed in him. And he's watched that match 1,000 times, and he said, I know what I did wrong. I know what I did wrong. And tonight I'm going to win back my WWE Championship, and I'm going to prove yet again that yes, I lost last night. But I know, like, everyone knows it's not about. It's always the chase. And I'm going to win my title back. So, fighting talk from Big E. Obviously, he's determined to redeem himself after losing the title at day one. But the question is, the next match is for WWE Championship. Bobby Lashley, first title defense, going against the former champ Big E. Will we have a new champion, or Bobby Lashley find a way to win? And the answer to that question is... For 59, we do not have a new WWE champion. We have still Bobby Lashley is still your WWE champion. For a 59, good stuff here. I think that's pretty good. 56, 55, good stuff here. Pretty level. So they got nearly a 60. I was pretty happy with. But the way this match ends, obviously, as it says here, with a... I didn't put it, I think I changed my mind in, but put a distraction finish here. With I like the idea that, again, similar. Big E hits the big ending, just about to get the win, but then Cedric and Shelton Benjamin come down, distracts the ref. MVP throws the WWE Championship to Bobby Lashley, hits him with it. He's out. Bobby Lashley gets the pin. 1, 2, 3, and yeah, still your WWE champion. So yeah, I kind of like this. Again, it's been bad time for Big E. It's bad time for Big E. He's lost his WWE Championship and he's lost his rematch. I mean, what's he got? What has a man got to do? I mean, I've got plans for Big E, so it's not like I'm completely burying him. I've got plans, so bear with me. So obviously, this is not how the show ends. We obviously end with we have obviously now it's official. It's official. The Hurt Business is back in business. Obviously, then we end with kind of Hurt Business back together, posing with obviously Bobby with WWE Championship high over Big E. He's had a bad couple of weeks, but again, you've seen there, like, Finn Balor, like, he hasn't been on the show at all. I kind of like the idea that he's been watching all of it backstage, and he's sitting there looking at Bobby Lashley, looking at WWE Championship, and kind of having that thought saying, yeah, it's about time I won that title. So like Finn Balor, yeah, so Finn Balor's chasing. Could that set up something next week? Hopefully it will. So yeah, we end it with a kind of cliffhanger for like a question. Well, what's Finn Balor's motives? And then obviously the Hurt Business are back in business. So many questions for next week. So the question is, what's our show rating? Let's have a look. So we end with a 51. Okay, not bad. Yeah, I kind of got penalised for like using people like MVP, Cedric Alexander. That's fine. I'm okay with that. But again, this is early on. I'm figuring out the game, so I'm going to make some mistakes. But 51, that's not bad. Probably the 22s, the 39s, the kind of other scores are done. I think the best match of the show was, I think it was that match against AJ. I think or AJ versus Dolph. But I think the main event delivered quite well. Again, similar numbers. You can see it's like a very even show. I like it. But yeah, it's kind of, this show kind of sets up what I want to do with Raw. I mean, obviously with the day one. So yeah, 56 for the first, 51 for the first Raw. Obviously, I would love to get higher scores, but again, it's my first week, so we'll do better. But yeah, so we've got a lot of questions going into Raw next week. So obviously, but yeah, so good start. Good for a solid start for Raw. So interesting to see what I do with SmackDown. But yeah. Solid start. So yeah, first Raw booking in the books. A nice 51. Again, it's what I expected. Obviously, we had a couple of like 23s and 30s that got kind of like in the yellow part. It's not great, but I got a lot of people on similar levels. Obviously, because if you're not Brock or you're not Roman, everyone's kind of on a similar level. So we've got a lot of work to do building up everyone on this roster. But I'm up for the challenge. But yeah, obviously, good score. Very similar scores in most of the other stuff anyway. So I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, 51. Obviously, I would love to get the numbers that the stuff me and Kyle do when we get 80s and 90s, but we're just not there yet. That's going to take, ironically, probably a year, maybe less. Depends how good I book this. But yeah, obviously we had a little bit of troubles with me sorting out the script and non-script with the promos. That's going to be work in progress. I said I'm gonna have to figure this out at some point. But obviously, for next episode, hopefully I can iron out the kinks. It'd be interesting to see if I can get a similar or better rating for my SmackDown episode that should be out on Friday. Hopefully you can join me for that. Obviously, if you want to know, make sure you don't miss that. Please like and subscribe. Also leave a comment, as I keep saying. Love to hear your thoughts on this booking. Any improvements you think I could do what you like, what you dislike. Just love to know. As I said before, I love talking about fantasy booking. Constructive conversation. I'm up for that. So yeah. Hope you've enjoyed. Obviously, I'll be back on Friday for more TW 2020 fantasy booking. So, yeah, all I can say is hope you enjoy, and I'll see you next time. So, have an awesome day, everyone. See you later, everyone. Bye-bye.